Welcome to TechnoTips Learning, and in this video we will learn how to send emails using SMTP Relay with Azure Communication Services. This is a step-by-step tutorial that covers everything from setting up your communication services resources in Azure to authenticating and sending emails via SMTP. This is perfect for developers, IT admins, and cloud technicians. Suppose you have developed an application, a CRM or ERP application, or you have a printer where you want to use a scan to email feature on the printer, that you scan a document and the scanned document is sent to an email address. In that case, we will use Azure SMTP Relay, which is Azure Communication Services and Azure Communication Email features. So what these features do? So SMTP Relay allows apps, printers, IoT devices, or backend systems to send email using an external server like Azure Communication Services, and it avoids IP blacklisting. Relaying through a trusted SMTP server prevents your app IP address from being flagged as spam by the number of emails that it is sending. It is secure and it is authenticated delivery, so it helps you in authentication, and the send email without hosting a mail server, so you do not need to host a mail server. Azure SMTP Relay is on cloud and you can use this feature. So let us look into the prerequisites of SMTP Relay or Azure Communication Services that we want to use to send emails. To use the Azure SMTP Relay or Azure Communication Services, we have few prerequisites. First of all, we need an Azure subscription, a communication service resource, a verified domain for email, and SMTP client or app or code to send the email. So these are the prerequisites. Fourth one, the SMTP client or app code to send emails may vary. We can use our scanners, the settings on the scanners, or in the end, I'll show you PowerShell code as well, how we use the Azure Communication Service to send emails. But let us first verify the Azure subscription. Now, the first thing is I have a pay as you go Azure subscription. So let us see portal.azure.com, and I'm logged in with my account. And I have a pay as you go subscription, which is good enough to configure these services. The second prerequisite that we have is a communication service resource, which we need to create in Azure, a verified domain for email. All right. So what I'll do is, let us see if I have a domain, and I will not use kind of existing domain. We will use a subdomain. So let us configure a subdomain. So we'll go to Hostinger is my domain provider. I use Hostinger. Go to subdomain and we will use it like newsletters.bycues.com and custom create folder, or leave it as it is. So this newsletter.bycues.com is created now. So there is no website associated, or there is nothing associated with it. It will go to the simple default page. However, we will use this domain for configuring the email delivery. All right, and let us see more SMTP client or application. One other point that I think I missed here is I'll write it here is the SMTP will work on port 587 or port 25. So, so on the network firewall, the outbound these the outbound connections to these ports should be open. So this is what because I do not have a firewall on my lab environment right now. So by default, the port 587 or port 25 is open. But when you are configuring it for an organization which is using a firewall, these ports, the outbound connection on these port 587 or port 25, port 587 is recommended. However, these outbound connection to these ports should be open. All right, so we looked into all the prerequisites. Now we will proceed further to configure the email communication services.